What up? Just back in from work on a Friday evening. I don't know if any of you noticed at the very end of the last video, but there is a new project. And I've bought my first lawnmower. I mean Honda. I've bought a Honda. Woo! Got it for fairly cheap. You'll see I have an engine beside it. She's blown. But it's still very clean under here. All the bits. The new engine isn't as clean. The rocker is destroyed on it, so I reckon I'll use the rocker cover off this and I'll off the other bits and pieces. But yeah, 98, 2.2 VTEC Prelude. It's fairly manky at the minute. She's been sitting in a paddock for a while. But it's all there. The actual body on it's very straight. The bumpers are a little tatty. You got all this sort of shit here. There's clear coat flaking off it. But the idea this weekend is see how good we can make it. Get that engine out, get that one in, and give it a serious clean up. We got a few spare parts, spare coil, spare IAC, tensioner, something switch related. Yeah, the old dash here is a bit rotten, a bit broken, but that's alright. Oh, that's for the clock. Airbag. Ah, yeah, we got a new balancer. And we got a clutch. Seats are immaculate on it. Sunroof model. So yeah, we got. Oh, you got to check this out. Underglow neons. Whoa! Yeah. So this will be the new daily. Got it half stripped out. I was just having a check at my other engine. I know it was on an auto because there's the old converter. So I've an extra plug on this loom. There's your four plugs, and there's no other wire on there, whereas there is on this. So I'm guessing that that's for the auto. That's no good. I like the fact that it was auto. That means it won't have gone fifth cruising down the road. Third gear, bar. So yeah, it's trying to cool it out now, but to lift the radiator out, make myself a bit more space, and then I'll start on this side. Get all this out, and we should be ready to lift the engine. Woo! I made great progress last night. Got all of the, well, what I'd call the cold side of the engine done. I need to do the manifold bolts now. I've got all the, it's on the ground. Got all the auxiliaries off, power steering, aircon, alternator. Now I need to go on to the fuel system and then just disconnect the loom. I'm going to take the whole engine out with the loom and all, because this one is auto and I've got the extra plug on it. When I have it out, I'm going to strip the loom and whatever bits I want off this, like the rocker cover, because it's a good bit cleaner. I might even paint it before it goes back on. But yeah, I get the rocker and I get the few bits, switch them over to it while it's on the ground, and yeah, go for it. Oh, it's taken a lot longer than anticipated, mainly because I've had to go down, and first of all, I thought the CV nut was a 32. I have a 32. That doesn't work. So I went, she's 34. No, bought a 34. It's a 36. So I've the other side all done. There's the long drive out. There she is, sitting on the ground. This will not crack, so one of the lads, Pete, has gone to pick up his big bar, because my pull bar and the handle of the ratchet, or the jack, will not pop this one. So yeah, he's gone to get a bigger bar. We need more leverage. So once that's out and I get this drive out, it's pretty much just engine mounts and lifted, I think. So fingers crossed. There's bound to be something that I forgot to disconnect, don't you know, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And here's the lift now. Ta-da! And it's out. Delighted. I've had to close the door down. It's now dark. I've been eaten alive by mozzies. I can feel them all up the back of my arms. Definitely feels like a bite. Oh yeah, there's another good one on the shoulder. Yeah, I'm probably gonna retire now. I think the shed's full of mozzies. So yeah, gonna get out of here before I get eaten alive. Pick back up in the morning. What up? Welcome back. Alright, now it's Sunday morning. Engine is out. We did get a little bit stuck yesterday. That CV nut will not come off. There's the two tips. There's 1/2 inch pull bar broke. That's a Tool Pro, kind of cheaper one. That's more expensive. Sig Chrome. And yeah, she's missing the two tips. So that would not come out. So I ended up just popping it out of the box on that side and pulling the whole hub out. But now what's on the list is jack this engine up, get the power washer at it, get all the bits off that engine, power wash in here, and yeah, then stick it in. So hopefully we'll get it all done today. I'm in not much of a panic. My plan originally was to get it done kind of in the weekend, but because I can't put rego on it, I have to put it over the pits, get it tested. There's no real point because I'm gonna have to get a permit to drive it on the road without any rego. So yeah, no real rush. I was just gonna rush it and start driving it to work straight away, but no point yet. So we'll just keep going. We'll check back in when everything's all cleaned up, ready to go back in. Yeah, that looks a lot cleaner now. Okay, so I have this engine pretty much stripped down. I need to take off the air can, but it's kind of resting on that at the minute. But everything else is off. I got all the wiring, power steer and alternator, manifolds, torque converter, flex plate. But while I'm looking around it, you can see she's now I've been scratching in there, but look at how much shit is caked up inside it. The further I get into this, the more I want to just do a build on it. For a motor with only 147,000 kilometers on it, she's fairly tired up. But I reckon it's because it's auto and it was just getting babied. Some granny owned it and never actually opened it out. That'd be why there was so much build up in the exhaust ports. She was never just getting hot enough. It wasn't driven like it was meant to be driven. I can't put it back together that way. So yeah, I may think of what to do. I reckon just send it. Maybe build that motor over there, pull that apart at some point, because that is a lot cleaner of an engine. Last few bits getting swapped over on the engine. This one looks a lot cleaner, but I reckon it's only that clean. Like you can see, it looks like it's actually been cleaned. So I reckon this one has had a head gasket done on it, and that's why the actual head is so clean. For an engine that's meant to have 300,000 K on it, it's very clean looking. So I might end up building this one. Last couple of bits and pieces, and then gearbox. Once the gearbox is on, she's going back in. Yes. Packed in, ready to close up the shed for the evening. The Ugga Dugga machine is out of juice, so I need to wait to put the flywheel onto this engine. Once the flywheel's on, I'll lift the gearbox on and go for it. I have it bolted back together, but this engine, it hasn't been that long since it's been built, so I'm not 100% sure why it done the bottom end, if it really did do the bottom end, because while we were looking at it, we took the clutch apart and look at that, it's split. So, and there's nothing left on it, and the flywheel is full of hot spots. So yeah, I don't know whether I get a lighting flywheel for it, or I might just send it with that one. I reckon I'll probably just send it with that one, and I'll get another flywheel for when I build this engine, because unless it's just this, he heard this banging and making noise in the car and thought it was after blowing big ends. I really should have got it started before I brought it in. But I might leave it there. That's about as far as I'm gonna get for tonight. And next week the engine will be in.